Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur, and yes, this is a live stream, although I don't anticipate this one being particularly long. On the off chance it is, important part is in the first 10-15 minutes, but I personally suspect video. So, what are we talking about? And I see there's only one person here, but we're going to start anyway. So you guys have probably been very well aware that Uber has just been pinching us dry as much as humanly possible. The biggest grievance that a lot of people had was the news that Uber was penalizing the destination filter, and in some cases, moving it all together. Now, for those of you who just, for whatever reason, might not be aware, the destination filter is that, hi everyone, yeah, we're doing a little impromptu live stream in the middle of the day. The destination filter is this feature that Uber added that said they wanted to give more control to the drivers. So like, hey, say you wind up 30 minutes from home and you want to start heading home, put on the destination filter, you're heading home, pick up rides on the way. Oh, Karen, hey, I haven't seen you here in a while. But here's the thing, that does give the drivers a lot of control. And some people, especially in Chicago, where this whole mess seemed to get started here in New York City, a lot of people started gaming the destination filter, like they would set it up to get certain rides in a certain direction early in the morning where they knew there was going to be a lot of traffic and where they knew a lot of rides would be, yada, yada, yada. It all got very technical, of course. Says not in sync on your end, Jason. Oh, sorry. Well, we'll see what happens. You might have to refresh it. But well, anyway. So it's a popular feature, and Uber made a very, very unpopular decision recently. Now, granted, they make a lot of unpopular decisions. I know that's kind of like an oxymoron, but this was especially unpopular, where in some areas they would give you a penalty for using the destination filter. They didn't call it a penalty, they called it a reduced rate, because too many people were using it and thus making riders wait longer. But fear not, because by reducing the rate, guess what? You will make more money because more riders will be happy. That's always their go-to. Now, of course, this was like the dumb thing to say, because it's like, well, so you're basically saying you don't like how driving, so to encourage us not to drive the way you don't want us to drive, you're going to simply reduce the rate. And then in some cases, like New York City, and I see Dallas, according to Antonio, well, they just took it away altogether. Well, this was super, super unpopular, because here's the thing, the penalty could be as low as 25%, and in some cases as high as 70%. I showed a video where someone had like a, $12 ride, I think it was, and it would have been like a $25 ride, because like $8 was coming from a reduced destination filter. It took like $7 to $8 from the destination filter itself, just because they used it. And I know someone else in Chicago, he admitted like this was going to cost him like a couple $100s a month. So it's like he just lost $1,200 a year, which it's like, ouch. Just ouch. Boy, it's been a while since I've had to hold the phone. It's funny. Well, anyway, apparently that's no longer the case, at least if you're a driver in Chicago. And Carlos is the one who sent me this, so thank you, Carlos. But check this out. Destinations now available. Starting April 15th, destination trips will no longer have reduced rates in Chicago. You will be able to set a destination twice per day. Destinations may be unavailable during heavy times of usage, so, I mean, there are still some limitations, I suppose. We appreciate your understanding as we continue to further develop driver destinations. Thank you for choosing to drive with Uber. So, there you have it. No explanation as to why they reversed this. No hint that they're apologetic. It's going to be back on April 15th, which actually, no, today is April 15th. So, yeah, I guess starting today. But they're still putting the limitation like, well, if there's too many people using it at once, we reserve the right to disable it. Now, if you want to ask my opinion, and I'm sure a lot of you will, why do I think Uber did this? And I don't think it's because the drivers were just so unhappy with it. Uber has frankly never cared about what the drivers think. If they were so concerned about how unhappy the drivers were, they'd be doing a lot more than just this. Heck, just just for actually, Jason, I gotta answer that question. He says, does Uber ever say sorry? Actually, yes, they did say sorry. They said sorry when they went from 6 destination filter trips back to 2, saying, hey, it didn't work out the way we thought it would. Basically, people are using it too much. That's when they apologized, but that's about it that I can think of. I mean, they also apologize to the press all the time, of course, and they promise they will do better, and then they never really do. But why did Uber do this? I think, because I personal suspicion, can't prove it, but with their IPO coming up and their desire to truly keep us as independent contractors, I think someone pointed out that messing with the destination filter like this really pushed the independent contractor status to the edge of what's acceptable. Like whatever, like I'm sure someone was looking at it and going like, hey, you know what? We're going to get sued for this. I mean, we get sued for everything, but we're going to get sued for this, and they might actually have a case against us. So they're probably slowly starting to backpedal on that one now. Now, granted, they're still fudging with it a little bit, and I guess there's no... See, this is where Uber starts getting really confusing on this. Because I don't know if the independent contractor status says that they can't put a limitation on the destination filter. Of course, the the IC status doesn't say that we have to have one either, but I do sense that having it and saying you're going to get penalized if you use it, even though that has been touted for years as a freedom tool, like that gives us control, by tampering with it in that way, there's a strong case to be made that Uber is in a sense doing some employment imposing on the drivers. So I think that's why it got taken, it's getting put back. I can't prove it though. I mean, it is possible that enough drivers stopped driving that Uber determined that the destination filter was the main reason why they did this. Like they stopped driving and decided, okay, you know what, we're going to give them this back. It's not that big of a deal. So that's what I think is going on. It could be a number of things, but the bottom line is, well, if you were unhappy that it got taken away in the first place, then good news, it looks like it's coming back. Of course, that doesn't exonerate Uber. I mean, the thing is, if I didn't have 2 scathing videos for them tomorrow, because by the way, you know, hey Pete, how you doing? Well, Pete, I'll be ending the video in a couple of minutes, so you know you can like start over and all that jazz. But people have been sending me emails, and spoiler alert, Uber screwing was the surge again, and this is probably the worst thing they've done yet with it. So those videos will be tomorrow. I know you all kind of want to just know right now what on earth I'm talking about. Trust me, it'll be up. So in the meantime, this is good news. I'm not going to lie. They should never have taken it away in the first place. So I don't know how much I should be thanking them. You know, it's not that I'm ungrateful, but whenever they do something wrong and then they fix it in the worst possible way, I'm always kind of like, I don't know if I should really be thanking you for doing the right thing. Like, I mean, you should praise people for doing the right thing, but on the other hand, you shouldn't have to do that. That shouldn't have to be the exception, especially when they were doing the wrong thing first and then they decided to do the right thing because probably for less than noble reasons. I don't know. It's complicated, this company. But anyway, so good night, True Review. But anyway, that's probably where we're going to end this. It's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, destination filters are pretty much back. And they've said it right there, no more reduced rates. This is only for Chicago. Who knows if more states will follow suit. I assume they will at some point, but we'll just have to pay attention to that. Anyway, that's where we're going to end it now. Now it's time for the usual outro for those who might not be watching this live. Everyone's in the chat room. 61, if you can give a thumbs up, that would help quite a bit. So thank you. For everyone else, comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. We just got a new one, Rich. So welcome to the party, Rich. You will get access to my exclusive patrons only blog. And if you want to get some discounts on gas, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you will get discounts on gas every time you get gas at select gas stations. It's a really cool app. I love it quite a bit. If you haven't checked out my Apptrepreneur Vlogs channel, please consider doing so. There will be new videos this week, and as there will every week. And if you haven't checked us out on Facebook, join our group at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. You have to be approved. Yes, Jamie, this is live, although we're kind of rolling this down. So, look forward to seeing you there. And as always, flame responsibly. I just got an email from someone with a news tip.